All right, y'all. We give praise, esteem, and honor to Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Gonna pick this up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you would not come to me that you might have life. And I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. I come in my Abba's name, and you receive me not. And if another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Elohim only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? All esteem and praise to Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Revelation chapter 1, verse 4. John to the 7 assemblies which are in Asia, grace unto you and shalom from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 ruachs which are before his throne, and from Yahushua HaMashiach, the faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, under him that loved us and washed us from our own sin and in his own blood. And he hath made us kings and priests of the Elohim and in his Abba. To him esteem and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Behold, he come with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. I'm Aleph and Ta, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord. Shalom, Quran, man. Yahuwah Baruch. Shalom, Brother Rock. Saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. I, Yakanan, whom also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the Malkuth and patience of Yahushua HaMashiach, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of Elohim, and for the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. I was in the Ruach on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trump. Peace on my man. Saying, I'm Aleph and Ta, the first and the last, and what you see write in the book, and send unto the 7 assemblies, which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, unto Smyrna, unto Pergamos, unto Thyatira, unto Sardis, unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. Isaiah 4:1.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name, and take away our reproach. In that day shall
That's good. Jeremiah 15:6.
You have forsaken me, saith Yahuwah, you are gone backwards. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against you and destroy you. I am weary with repenting. And I will fan them with the fan in the gates of the land.
15:9.
She that hath borne 7 languish, she hath given up the Ruach. Her son is gone down while it was yet day. She hath been ashamed and confounded, and the residue of them will I deliver to the sword before their enemies.
Exodus 2:16.
And now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to rule their father, he said, how is it that you are come so soon today? They said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that you have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread.
For sure, man.
Moses was content to dwell with the man.
That's good. Revelation 3:7. No doubt, Quran. For sure.
And the Malachim of the assembly of Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is Kadash, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that opened and no man shut, and shut and no man opened. I know your works. Behold, I have set before you an open door.
Open door.
And no man can shut it, for you have a little strength.
Little bit.
And I've kept my word and have not denied my name. Behold, I'll make them of the synagogue of Hashatan, which say they are Yahudim and are not, but do lie. Behold, I'll make them to come and worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Because you have kept the word of my patience, also will keep you from the hour of temptation.
Our temptation.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Peace, Brother Ernest, man.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which you have, that no man
Shalom, Eric, man.
Him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my Elohim, he shall go no more out, and I'll write upon him the name of my Elohim, and the name of the city of my Elohim, New Jerusalem, which come down out of Shammahim from my Elohim. And I will write upon him my new name.
Go ahead and give him the Greek word for temple, man.
That's naos, a shrine, a temple.
Now, we were talking about something earlier, right? I want you to go to Genesis, 25 and 20? For sure, I understand. I mean, it's definitely not widespread. I'll tell you that much. Go ahead.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian, of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahuwah for his wife because she was barren, and Yahuwah was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus?
That's right.
And she went to inquire of Yahuwah. Yahuwah said unto her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 manner of people shall be separated from your bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
He was a plain man dwelling where?
In tents.
Where he like to dwell at?
In tents.
Let's go to Psalms 23 and 3. Shalom, East man.
He restored my soul. He lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Bless us, Quran. Go ahead.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahuwah forever.
You gonna dwell where?
In the house of Yahuwah forever.
Okay, Psalm 27 and 1. We get into because he said he'll make you a pillar in his temple. So we're looking at Jacob, perfect man, dwelling where? In tents, or in tabernacles, or in houses, or in the house of Yahuwah. But continue.
Yahuwah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahuwah is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear.
Pause. What he just said?
So when the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell.
Okay, what that is? That should be very easy.
That's when they came at him with the swords and staves, and then when they realized it was him, they fell backwards.
They ain't what they. Well, we added some information that ain't there, but I'll allow it. John 18 and 1.
They say when Yahushua had spoken these words, he went forth with the disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, and to which he was entered and his disciples.
Okay, why was they in the garden? They trying to get some fruit? Why was he in the garden?
That's a place where they be posted up at.
Oh, because Adam was in the garden. That's where he started at, ain't it? Okay, go ahead.
And Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place, for Yahushua oftentimes resorted there with his disciples.
That's what I said. That's what you was asking.
Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, come there with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yahushua, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, Whom seek you? They answered him, Yahushua of Nazareth. Yahushua said unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. And as soon as he had said unto them, I am, they went backward and fell to the ground.
So when his enemy and his foes came to eat up their flesh, they what? What they did, see?
Fell to the ground.
They stumbled and fell. Then he said, should a hope encamp against me, he won't what? He won't fear. And if they rise a war against him, he'll be confident. Look at his response. Hey, sit up. Hey, little boy. Sit up. I ain't gonna tell you no more. After that, you can sit on the floor. I'm talking about the flow. No rub.
Then asked he them again, whom seek you? And they said, Yahushua of Nazareth. Yahushua answered, I have told you that I am. If therefore you seek me, let these go their way.
That's confidence. Go ahead.
That the saying might be fulfilled, which he spake of them, which you gave me, have I lost none.
Go ahead.
Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and smote the high priest's servant and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Yahushua unto Peter, put up your sword into the sheath. The cup which my Abba have given me, shall I not drink it?
That's good. Psalm 27:3.
Say, though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this I will be confident.
That's right.
One thing I desired of Yahuwah, that will I seek after.
What you gonna seek after?
That I may dwell in the house of Yahuwah all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahuwah, and to inquire in his temple.
Go ahead.
For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock.
What else?
And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Yahuwah.
Now, he set me upon a rock. Matthew 7 and 20.
Quiet.
After that, John chapter 14.
No. Sit right there. Watch it.
So wherefore by their fruits you shall know them. Not everyone that say unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the Malchut of Shamahim, but he that do the will of my Abba, which is in Shamahim. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name have we cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works?
What happened?
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever hear these sayings of mine and do them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came,
Shalom, brother Craig, man.
and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Founded upon a who?
A rock.
A who?
A rock.
Okay.
And everyone that hear these things and do them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell.
What happened to
And
it?
great was the fall of it.
Oh, my. Let's come over here to what? Psalms 84? (84:1).
How amiable are your tabernacles, O Yahuwah of hosts! My soul long, yea, even faint for the courts of Yahuwah. My heart and my flesh cry out for the living Elohim. Yea, the sparrow hath found a house, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young. Even your altars, O Yahuwah of hosts, my Malach and my Elohim. Roofed are they that dwell in your house; they will be still praising you.
Blessed are those that dwell where?
In your house.
They'll be what?
Praising you. Selah.
Go ahead.
Roofed is the man whose strength is in you, whose heart are your ways of them.
Go ahead.
Who passing through the valley of Baca make it a well. The rain also fills the pools. They go from strength to strength. Every one of them in Zion appear before Elohim. O Yahuwah Elohim of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear of Elohim of Jacob. Selah.
Behold.
O Elohim, our shield, and look upon the face of your anointed. For a day in your courts is better than 1,000.
A day in your courts is better than a what?
1,000.
And I would rather
be a doorkeeper in your house of my Elohim.
Than to dwell where?
In the tents of wickedness.
For Yahuwah Elohim
is a sun and shield.
And he give
grace and esteem.
No good thing
will he withhold from them that walk uprightly.
Oh, Yahuwah of hosts.
Baruch is the man that trusts in you.
Now he said, blessed are those that dwell in the house. Now go back to Genesis 25 with Jacob, man. After that, 2 Corinthians 5:1. And the point of that is the deal was those who overcome get in Revelation 3:12, which is to dwell in his house.
Can we read verse 27 again?
Yep. Genesis 25 and 27.
Saying the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
He was a perfect man dwelling in tents. You would have to be hold on. Hebrews 12, 21.
And so terrible was the sight that Moses said, I exceedingly fear and quake. But you are come unto Mount Zion and unto the city of the living Elohim, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of Malachim, to the general assembly, and the assembly of the firstborn, which are written in Shamaim.
Written where?
Shamaim.
That's genealogy of heaven.
And to Elohim, the judge of all, and to the Ruachs of just men made perfect.
That's right.
And to
The Ruachs of what men?
Of just men.
Of righteous men made what?
Perfect.
Okay.
And to Yahushua, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that speak better things than that of Abel, seeing that you refuse not him that speak, for if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speak from Shamaim.
Now listen, right? He said to the general assembly and the assembly of the firstborn, those that are in his household, descendants written in heaven. That's what he said, right? Where we was at before, I meant to get John 14 and 21. Go ahead and run that right now about being built on that rock. Dwayne Jamal.
He that hath my commandments and keep them, he it is that love me.
Okay.
And he that love me shall be loved of my Abba.
That's
and I
right.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
So will.
Judas said unto him, not Israel, Lord, how is it that you will manifest yourself unto us and not unto the world? Yahushua answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Abba will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. He that love me not, keep not my sayings, and the word which you hear is not mine, but the Abba's which sent me.
Now the whole point of this is that the fact that you are set upon a rock, or built on the word, or built on the Son. Go back to where you were before.
Hebrews 12, 26.
No, that ain't it.
We'll go with that.
Yep, that's over with.
We'll hold 2 Corinthians 5 and 1.
That's it. 5 and 1. Shalom, Jay.
For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of Elohim, a house not made with hands, eternal and
A house
shining.
not made with what?
With hands.
House not made with what?
Hands.
That's going to be relevant in a moment. Go ahead.
Eternal and shining. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from Shamaim.
A house that is from where?
Shamaim, if so be that being clothed we should not be found naked.
Not be found who?
Naked.
Oh, not found like Adam, huh? Go ahead.
For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened, not for that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life.
Oh, my. Go
Now
ahead.
he that have brought us for the self-same thing is Elohim,
That's right.
who also have given unto us the earnest of the Ruach.
Now, that's good. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Go back to Revelation 3 and 12. What they doing to you, cuz? Probably because all y'all be wanting to be in them babies' faces. They don't be wanting to look at y'all. You were looking at him? Shalom, Brother Mark. You sure you wasn't looking at him? You sure? Go ahead, man.
Him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my Elohim. He shall go no more out, and I'll write upon him the name of my Elohim, and the name of the city of my Elohim, which is New Jerusalem, which come down out of Shamahim from my Elohim. And I'll write.
Hey, y'all need to be quiet. Y'all ain't got nothing to talk about.
And I'll write upon him my new name.
Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and you have to expound after you answer it. Where he said he'd make him a pillar at?
In the temple of my Elohim.
Are they dwelling in a literal building? Yes or no? And then expound after you answer yes or no. You like to wear beach chairs on your shirt? You didn't know it was a beach chair on your shirt. Get the hell out of here. Michael, you ain't comb your hair for you guys? it's looking a little untamed in the back. Looked like you tried to pick it and stop. Said bump this jump. I know, I've been there. You trying to twist you up some locks and let it lock and grow? You quit to go to gunplay about that flow? Never mind.
I say no, it's not a little temple.
I'm trying to give y'all time to answer that question.
I said no, it's not a literal temple.
He said, nah, it ain't a literal temple. Expound, if you would, sir.
Ezekiel 38, unwalled villages. Will be there, so no need for it.
Quran say Revelation 21 and 22. Remember, Ezekiel 38 ain't is a New Jerusalem.
Yeah, one of Revelation he just used.
Come on, Sid. Shalom is, man. Let's hop to make it do what it do.
Saying, I saw no temple therein, for the Lord Elohim Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the esteem of Elohim is light in it, and the Lamb is the light thereof.
Read 21 and 22 again.
And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord Elohim Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it.
So, do you remember what Jatan and Boaz meant? You found Boaz? You been looking for him?
Boaz was fleetness.
You know, you swift on your feet, so you're not Boaz. Ruth, you swift on your feet? Michael, you swift on your feet? You swift on your feet? Are you swift on your feet? So you Boaz. So you're not swift on your feet. Are you swift on your feet? So you Boaz then. I'm trying to help you pick context clues up in the sentence, son. Somebody got to spell it out for you. Huh? I don't know what you mean by. Are you Boaz? So you swift on your feet. So you Boaz. You understand that? What do you understand? So you Boaz. Boaz means fleetness, son. I thought he would have picked up on it by
put him in the doodle too.
Shalom, Sister Regina. Shalom, Brother Shaw. No, I thought you would have picked up that Boaz means swift. So you Boaz. So Boaz means that's not my man. What about Jachin?
He will establish.
You supposed to let them.
And they had about 5 minutes.
You've been established? So you're not Jachin. And Jachin means correct. So what's happening, Royan, man? So when you look at that, those two pillars represent the swiftness to being established. So he said he'll make you a pillar in the temple of his Elohim. You can go back to what that was. What that was, man. 2 Kings, 1 Kings 7 and 21, and just give him the Hebrew word for pillar. Not Jachan and Boaz, but pillar.
Pillar is a mood, a pillar, a column,
and
upright, a platform.
And what you got for that, man? What letters you got?
Ayin, Mim, U, and Daled.
Somebody double check that because he don't know how to spell. Not for real. So you got Ayin, Meme, U, and Dollar. So what you got, Civic? And you better spell it right. So we know Doris can't spell. You can spell Doris? At least you honest, because he be over here lying. You gonna lie for him. Nigga, who is you talking to? A mouse? Because can't nobody hear you. Shayla's sitting right next to you and she can't hear you. Now, any other time, this nigga loud as hell. Now you out here like this here, like you sound like you blowing on cotton.
That experience in the Ruach will
you don't mind lying in front of you. I should have let you got married because you think you grown. Don't worry about it. You got a trick for you. Write you out the will. Leave you nothing but cat food with no cats. You got to buy cats. I hope they pee on your floor. I just say that, boy. I told you that man, we had a $3,000 job, man. That cracker gave it to another nigga because he said he'd do it for $500. But you'd have seen that house, man. I only said that because the house smelled like piss and cat litter.
Okay, I can think of that time you had that house that was on the east side, and he gave it to that dude to clean out that garage. And that dude told me, he was like, man, I should have charged what your buddy charged. This is way too much.
Yeah.
He was like, I see why your buddy charged that much.
Yeah, because he was dumb.
Yeah, nigga was like, by the time I get to the landfill, shoot.
Man, that nigga told me, he said, I don't know the dude, man, but I'm going to try him out. I said, I bet you is going to try him out. But that whole house was full, boy. The garage by itself was $1,500. And that was cheap. He didn't want it to labor. Nah, he just really just because Buddy said he'd do it for $500. And Buddy did it too, because I went around there. He hit me up to go pick up some tree limbs. Buddy cleaned that whole house out for $500. Damn fool. I say to honor the sacrifice that pairs you to the spirit. Anybody else before we proceed?
I had to experience the Ruach and be paired to the tent door.
Experience in the spirit to pair you to the tent door. Come on back to Revelation 3. So now you know that this is not an actual temple that they'll be dwelling in. They'll be residing in God, and God will be residing in them. Read Revelation 21 and 22 one more time. That's actually what we needed to go back to.
And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord Elohim Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the esteem of Elohim did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof.
The esteem of Elohim did what?
Did lighten it.
And the esteem of
the Lamb is the light thereof.
So now when you say that you'll be a pillar in the temple of my Elohim, you'd have to be Jacob. A what type of man? Perfect man. That like to dwell in God. That's why we read them verses in Psalms. Because all of them was pointing to somebody wanting to dwell with God. Everybody don't want to do that. You know what I'm talking about? So come back to Revelation 3 and 12, because we need to get into Laodicea. Go ahead.
Him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my Elohim, and he shall go no more out. And I'll write upon him the name of my Elohim and the name of the city of my Elohim, which is New Jerusalem.
And now, go back to Revelation 2 and 7. Then to Isaiah 50 what? 1.
He that have an ear, let him hear what the Ruach say unto the assemblies. To him that overcome will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of Elohim.
In the midst of the paradise of Elohim. Isaiah 51. and 3.
For Yahuwah shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places. He will make her wilderness like Eden, and the desert like the garden of Yahuwah. Joy and gladness shall be found in therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody.
I take us back to kind of what was in that Isaiah. Turn the wilderness into what?
Like Eden, and the desert like the garden.
So what that tell you? To tell you how New Jerusalem would be as the Garden of Eden. Remember, he said the tree of life is in the midst of this paradise. Right? That's what Revelation 22 tell you. We don't need to read all that. You know that. That's what Ezekiel 47 tell you. That's what Genesis tell you. Come on back to Revelation, man. Three and 13.
He that have an ear, let him hear what the Ruach say unto the assemblies. And the Malachim of the assembly of the Laodiceans write these things, saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of Elohim.
Go on, tell them what beginning of creation is, man.
That is arcade. That is order, time, place, or rank, beginning. The first.
The first. What else?
And the creation is tissus. That is building, creation, ordinance, creature.
Adam does being of his home. You say Proverbs 8 and Colossians 1. Now we're not going that route with it. Yeah, we're taking another route with that. Now again, when he tell you this is the origin, the first place, principality and rule and majesty, which anything begins to be. Job 38 and 7. Job 38 and 7.
When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of Elohim shouted for joy. Well, who shut up the sea with doors when
We'll make that 5. I ain't here, bro.
Say, who have laid the measures thereof? If you know, or who have stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Who laid the cornerstone thereof?
There it is. Who laid the what?
Cornerstone thereof.
The what?
Cornerstone thereof.
And
when the morning stars sang together.
Now I tell you that the day stars sang together when the cornerstone was laid. What's cornerstone mean, man?
Corner is canal, chieftain, bulwark, chief, corner,
the
stay,
chief,
a tower. Stone is a bin, a stone.
Or the chief stone. Now, why is this important? What that is, Psalms 45 and 7 to Isaiah 14 and 14.
You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore, Elohim, your Elohim, have anointed you with the oil of gladness above your fellows.
That would make him chief. Tell him what fellows is, though.
Kabar, an associate, companion, fellow, knit together.
An associate, a companion, and what else?
Fellow, or knit together.
Now, let me show you this here. Revelation 22 and 7.
Behold, I come quickly. Baruch is he that keep the sayings of the prophecy of this book. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the Malachim, which showed me these things.
What did he say?
Then saith he unto me, see you do it not, for I'm your fellow servant and of your brethren.
And of your who?
And of your brethren.
This is an angel talking to a man, and he say they brethren. This would make them associates. If man is brethren with an angel and be his associate, what would that make him? What would make the angels to Mashiach? His associates, his companions, or his fellows. Continue on, sir.
Of your brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship Elohim. And he said unto me,
Isaiah 14:14. Now, none of that what you mentioned is wrong, Quran. That's just not the road we were finna travel down.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And you shall be brought down to hell to the sides
make
of the
it
pit.
13.
So if you have said in your heart, I will ascend in the Shamaim, I'll exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim.
You exalt your throne above the who?
Stars of Elohim. I'll also sit upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north.
Now, we're just mentioning that because that would make him chief. Because he said he's the beginning of creation. That's what he said, right? Creation, by definition, again, is the act of founding or establishing a building. The act of creating. Creation, thing created, individual things. So if he's the beginning of creation, what does that take you to in your law? Don't worry. Genesis 49:1.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, you sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Yasharal, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn.
The what?
My might and the beginning of my strength.
And
the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Unstable as water.
That's good. So that means he's the excellency of all these things. This Psalms 2 and 7. Because the son get what, Civic?
It said, I will declare the decree. Yahuwah have said unto me, you are my son. This day have I begotten you. Ask of me, and I shall give you the heathen for your inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for your possession.
He said, ask of me, and I'll give you what?
The heathen for your inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Now that's good. We're just establishing the fact that if he's the firstborn son, he has right to the inheritance. Well, what is he inheriting? John 17:3.
And this is life eternal, that they might know you, the only true Elohim, and Yahushua Mashiach, whom you have sent. I have esteemed you on the rights. I have finished the work which you gave me to do. And now, Abba, esteem you me with your own self, with the esteem which I had with you before the world was. I have manifested your name unto the men which you gave me out of the world. Yours they were, and you gave them me, and they have kept your word. Now they have known that all these things, whatsoever you have given me, are of you. For I have given unto them the words which you gave me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from you. And they have believed that you did send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
That's good, right? He said give him the esteem he had with him before the world was. Now I want you to go to Ezekiel 47. I want you to pick it up at verse 10. Matter of fact, you could make it 13. Well, you can make it 10 because it's going to lead to what was in Revelation 2. Ezekiel 47:10.
And it shall come to pass that the fishers shall stand upon it from En-Gedi even unto Neglim. They shall be a place to spread forth nets. The fish shall be according to their kinds, as the fish of the great sea, exceeding many. But the miry places thereof and the marishes thereof shall not be healed. They shall be given to salt. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to its months, because their waters that issued out they issued out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine.
Of course, this is referring to the tree of life. Say so the Laodiceans kind of like Reuben according. Oh no, not in this instance. We're just looking at the because he said he the beginning of creation of God. So we're looking at what does that look like and everything that may entail. Go ahead.
Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, this shall be the border whereby you shall inherit the land, according to the 12 tribes of Yasharal. Joseph shall have 2 portions. You shall inherit it, one as well as another.
Now, Paul, I want you to give me the word inheritance for definition.
That is a call to inherit, to bequeath, to divide, to have inheritance, to take as a heritage.
You ever had somebody bequeath something to you? You know what that means? Bequeath. A different day and time, I have jokes for that, but I'm not going to do that right now. You don't know what it means to bequeath something to somebody? He just told you. You know what I said? Man, you don't talk this soft spoken. She be talking like this in the house. Nigga be walking in the house like this. What's up, son? Go over and make my chopped cheese, son. You like chopped cheese, don't you? Type of nigga won't cut up hamburger meat. Nigga eat a cheeseburger acting like his son's special. That's all you need to talk about. That's what people talking about. When people was talking about the other day, talking about, yeah, y'all niggas don't eat bagels? Hell no. They don't get up early in the morning looking for no bagel. She was like, they get up early in the morning and look for a bagel. Used to get up early in the morning looking for a bagel. Huh? Well, you want a hoagie. You want the whole roll, huh? You get up to eat, you get up early in the morning and eat a dinner roll? A dinner roll. Y'all wild to get up early in the morning and eat a dinner roll. What you eat it with? I'm talking about something. You don't eat nothing else, just bread. I'm not being funny. This is amazing. You don't get no sugar, nothing. Just buttered bread early in the morning. Y'all niggas are different. Nah, hoagie is the bread, man. You ain't got to get pork on it. They were talking about that the other day because dude didn't know what a poor boy was. That was yesterday. That nigga Johnson, I gotta have that roll like he from Harlem. This nigga been in Jacksonville all his life. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga been in Jacksonville all his life. Around here eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, nigga, from the center talking about you gotta have a roll. When the last time you went and got a butter roll? So long, nigga. Oh, well, that's great. You probably got something the other day. And so I'm looking for strong black coffee and protein. Sausage, egg, and cheese. You look like a nigga wants. So you don't get nothing on the roll? So how you got your roll? Not just butter. You ain't get nothing on it, just bread. Y'all niggas just saying all 3 words together, huh?
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, see, what nigga, what? That sounds disgusting. Bacon is fried back. I'm just messing with you. That's not what Shannon Sharp said. I don't care for bacon of any sort. Not beef bacon, not pork bacon, not turkey bacon. I don't want no bacon. Yeah, that's what they were talking about the other day. They were messing with it, talking about y'all don't eat no bagels. Go down south, the food trash. Like, man, nobody want no goddamn bagel. That's them Jewish people eat them bagels. That's who you going up there to see. It's Mr. Leftwich. Huh? No, they talking about in New York. They get up early in the morning to go eat a bagel. Bagel. Keep it up. Ain't nobody asked you to come here anyway. I don't know even why you here. You say turkey rashers, but y'all eat stuff with rash? No, I'm just messing with you. I don't know. No, we were talking about that. They was like, y'all don't eat bagels. I'm like, one, you niggas walk everywhere. No, I'm saying meaning of how they stuff set up to where, okay, I can get up early in the morning. I'm gonna walk to the bagel shop. Like, nigga, we don't live in an area where those type of stuff. Like, you'd have to get in the car and go somewhere. Them niggas can walk out their building and go a block and get a bagel. You know what I'm saying? We don't live like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't live like that. Ain't no bodegas around here talking about nigga. You niggas eating gas station fried chicken. I wouldn't eat gas station fried chicken personally. You know what I'm saying? I ain't eating fried chicken, period. But you know what I'm talking about? That's just me. So that's what we were telling them, like, hey, we don't live like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all whole setup different. You know what I'm saying? You got different nationalities of people who make certain stuff, and then you grew up accustomed to let's go get a bagel. Early in the morning, we ain't talking about you bought some bagels from Publix and you heated them up in the toaster oven. They talking about freshly baked bagels that they get every morning. No, they say that's not a bagel. That's not a bagel to them. They talking about New York bagels. I guess you'd have to go to New York to find out. The same way they say New York pizza. They say that ain't no pizza. Huh? That's what I mean, because you got the nationalities of people who eat that. They making that is different. If when they say a bagel, they're not talking about mass-produced bagels. Like they're not counting Panera. So I already know. We were messing with them, but I already know they were talking about. So it's different. Yeah, they was like the bagels be made fresh every day. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So we were busting their balls because we not from up there. When you know they were trying to be elitist with it, they don't give a damn about no bagel. Do a bagel. It's a goddamn about no bagel. Why them niggas fat? Not for real. Them niggas. If you fat in New York, boy, you went out your way. You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas do a lot of walking for a nigga to be overweight. You know what I'm talking about? You just said bump this junk. I ain't going nowhere. So you should like cinnamon raisin bagels with peanut butter and honey? My Lord. Nah, he said that's what white Jews' biggest win is. Because that's why I said that, because I know that be the Jewish people make them bagels, man. They're around here supporting them people shooting up Iran. Not for real. Let me stop. They gonna see something. You like a protein bagel. Yeah, nobody definitely comes down south for no bagel. Oh, I know it's true. There's a lot of overweight people in America, period. I didn't even see what he says. This shop by my job had great bagels. Authentic New Yorkers. And you were eating them too. Rohan said he finna come down here and defend you, Doris, because he's from the East Coast. He's from Connecticut. He's gonna come protect your butter roll. Not that butter roll, nigga.
Oh, that sounds great.
I ain't taking nothing back. Butter that nigga and roll it down the street. You know what I'm talking about?
He's coming to protect your butter.
He talking about your right to eat butter rolls. That's wild that you get up early in the morning and just eat a piece of bread with butter. You could have saved your money and just bought some Pillsbury rolls and threw them in the oven. They'd probably be better. You like Pillsbury rolls?
I haven't grown up.
Yeah, I ain't ate one in a while. You like Pillsbury rolls? Your mama used to make croissants from the Pillsbury can.
Everybody's lazy man.
That must be a nigga treat. Cause I ain't never heard of white people eating them, only on the commercial. I said I ain't never heard. I ain't say they didn't.
They free, definitely free.
A little syrup.
A little syrup? Come on, man. I didn't say they didn't. I said I ain't never heard no white boy in my life say, boy, I love them Pillsbury croissants. Man, the commercial don't count.
You talking about your local?
Yeah, I'm talking about locally. I ain't never heard no white boy say he ate them. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying they don't. Shoot. They probably moved up and said, we tired of you niggas. You came over here eating up our Pillsbury. They went to Hawaiian rolls and you took them over. I love them rolls. Now you get your roll on. Go ahead.
They'll say if you were Elohim, Ezekiel 47.
Oh, no, that's good. I just wanted to go there for the inheritance part. Reason being, being the beginning of the creation of Elohim, he has the inheritance. That's why he is inheriting the earth. 1 Corinthians 15:22 or 20. Or matter of fact, make it 19. So they putting protein on everything here now because going to the gym is in fashion. Protein milkshake, yogurt, 2 boiled eggs in a pot is labeled a protein pot. Lord.
You said 1 Corinthians 15.
And 19. Matter of fact, make it 60. Yeah, it's hot.
For if the dead rise not, then is not Hamashiach raised. And if Hamashiach be not raised, your faith is in vain. You are yet in your sins. And they also which are fallen asleep in Hamashiach are perished.
That's right.
If in this life only we have hope in Hamashiach, where we are of all men most miserable. But now is Hamashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order. Hamashiach the first fruits, afterwards they that are Hamashiach's at his coming. Then come the end, when he shall have delivered up the Malkuth to Elohim, even the Abba, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
Now, I read that because if he's delivering that up to his father, that means he inherited it. I'm focusing on that because for him to be, he has to be the beginning of creation in order to inherit. See, some brothers argue about if he pre-existed or this, that, there, and the third, but you have to understand the due order of things. If he's not the first, he can't inherit. So he had to be the first of creation. This isn't the same as when Paul say he the first begotten of the dead, because he's not talking about that. Not here anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he has to be the first. He has to be the first, the beginning of creation in order to inherit, because the chief inherits. Case in point, read the definition for beginning again. We were talking about this other day. It's in my brain. I'm gonna run it back. You know that's how they're trying to make downtown though. Well, y'all probably ain't seen all this stuff. They're trying to make everything downtown walkable, like in New York.
Beginning is Ray Sheath. That's the first.
No, I'm talking about in Revelation. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you seen that? They built in Pearl Square. You seen that? You didn't see that. You seen that, Doris? Hell no, you didn't see it. They built in Pearl Square. Huh? Lord have mercy. No, that's the name of the what they building. Shoot, that junk gonna cover like, shoot, if my memory serves me correctly, I think he said 10 blocks. They doing it in phases. Yeah, that's not gonna be like parks, retail space, apartments. Well, that's because that in order to bring it how they want it, people got to live there. But their whole goal, like that trail they built, what's the name of that joint they just built? Man, I forget that joint. It connects some park, man, in La Villa. Either way it go, they trying to make downtown walkable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they trying to make it walkable. So what they doing is they trying to do. We're gonna build the entertainment center by the stadium. I think it said another hotel gonna be over there, a boutique type hotel, all type of stuff. Where eventually, when you come down there, you park your car, and you can walk down as if you was living up north. You know what I'm saying? So that's different. Like obviously in y'all city, drive for what? You know what I'm saying? Niggas walk. You know, living here, walk where and how and why? You know what I'm saying? It should be tad bit cheaper than what you got. I just seen some stupid heifer talking about she paying $1,850 a month for a car note. Yes, I did see that, Mother Shroom. Smart cities, 15-minute cities, AR cars and buses. Because they were saying that some people believe that that's their way of isolating the American public to round you up and throw you in a concentration camp. I'm dead serious about that. About 15-minute cities where you got to walk. I don't know if you also seen this. You know, I don't know if you noticed that California was getting rid of cars. all gas cars.
Yeah.
The whole state.
The entire state. They had passed the bill about 2 years ago. I think I told you about this when it passed. That they had to come up with by 2026, all brand new cars could not have any emissions, i.e., you couldn't have a combustible engine. Because the only car that's going to create emissions is a combustible engine. But Trump is stopping them from doing this. Because basically, not that all the old cars, it said any brand new cars, they could only effectively be electric vehicles until they phased out all internal combustion engines out of the state of California. But yeah, Trump blocking them on that.
That's why all the manufacturers is pushing to make all these electric vehicles.
Yeah, because they knew that California was doing that. California is the only state that was pushing for that. That everybody had an electric car. Yeah, it is. But I ain't gonna lie though, from what some people done said, man, with them batteries on them Teslas, man, them hoes die so fast. And then basically to get a new battery for that hole, you might as well just buy another. My God. And I seen somebody say they were riding in that hole caught fire. Boom! I'm talking about you fried fricassee in that hole. Bet the doors locking all. You thought it was cool, now you can't get out. And I go driving itself, it probably jump up on the dashboard. Yeah, nigga, you dying today. I locked the doors. Burning this hole. Well, I don't trust them people like that.
Like she can't drive like long distance.
I know what they're doing.
She had I don't know sometimes
Probably got a Scion. I seen a dude the other day with a hybrid Escalade. Well, they got hybrid everything. Give me gas, man. Not that kind of gas. Petroleum. Well, man. Just be advised of that, man. I ain't even like to say like what Mother Sharona just mentioned. I think I told you that's a real deal, man, with smart cities, man. They want 15 minutes where everything you can get to everything by foot in 15 minutes. It's like that overseas, but I did read y'all about that. It's like that in Europe. Got a lot of them in Europe. 15-minute cities, man. No car, no nothing. You gotta walk, baby. That means they know where everybody at. It's easy to come get you. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to jump out of that thing, man. I tell you, man, I don't trust that jump. You be riding that car, probably somebody press a button, so burn that hole up. Little funny looking white man pop up on your dashboard. You dying today, nigga. Say Toyota on them water power cars. Last man came up with a hydrogen power car. They killed him. So that's why Trump and Elon fell out. I could believe that. You know what? I ain't even think about that. That probably is why they fell out. Yeah, that probably is why they fell out. That ain't even run across my mind when I seen that story that he was blocking that. That probably is why they fell out. You messing up my money.
They're trying to say too the Epstein files. That's true.
Yeah, that's what Elon came out and said. The man was in the Epstein file. But now I can see why he was going so hard on the man. Cause they done fell out. Cause you ball the block. Ain't that what them boys used to say? You too young for that. Yeah, you ball the block. You too young for that. You don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I am. I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that. Yeah, that's a whole Louisiana turn. You ain't never seen that movie? Baller blocking is hilarious. You ain't never seen that? That's unfortunate, but you watching a Notebook. You like the Notebook, huh? I bet you do. I bet you did. You know what's saying? Y'all kind of she was a raggedy hoe. That's amazing that y'all watch movies with raggedy hoes and cry about this hoe. No, you should have hit that hoe with eggs. See, like I'm talking about, like in real life, like if you knew somebody like that, would you be her friend? Then why you crying about this hoe? I ain't trying to hear all that. So that just happened to Gilbert Arenas' son. The Tesla car locked from the inside and drove. Damn!
Yeah.
I ain't know he was in no Tesla.
He's in Tesla.
I'll never buy one now. No, he just said that. Say the door's locked. How you gonna lock me in this hole? You ain't finna lock me in here. I seen the video where they broke him out the car, but I didn't know that was a Tesla though. And the inside car. That car tried to kill him. Lord have mercy. Say Trump don't want all electric cars, and nor should he. Nor should he. Nor should he. You should have the option if you want an electric car or an internal combustion engine. Nobody should be making that decision for you.
They make them things so expensive.
I ain't gonna lie, they not expensive.
You got something like 30.
I mean, even brand new, they not expensive. They just might, it probably be more expensive, like you say, if you got to constantly charge, because to get the charge, if you ain't got the charging station at the house, we finna spend a whole lot of money to at that gas station. And you're gonna be using a whole lot of time, dead time, sitting. And they do. Yeah, because the lady who stayed across the street from us in the old neighborhood, she had one installed in her house.
Yeah. Across the street.
Oh, man. See, you don't trust none of that AI crap. It's nefarious. She almost died from smoke inhalation. He left the window cracked just enough before they say, "Boy, that boy blessed to have that window rolled down." I ain't getting no Tesla. Nigga come pull up in a Tesla. I ain't getting in that hole. Y'all trying to kill me. Yeah. The Cash Money movie Baller block it. You ain't know Cash Money made that movie? I know you know. You thugged out. You? It's all right. You was hanging with the thug. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You ain't have to, because you was around them don't mean you would participate. That's a shame. You would listen to Lil Wayne, huh? I don't blame you. Don't listen to that nigga either. That nigga suck. Go ahead. Listen to a nigga talk about how high he get. I don't want to listen to no nigga talk about how he get on drugs.
Beginning is RK, a commencement, a chief, beginning, corner, first.
You see how it said the cornerstone, the chief, the first, all of that. So he has to inherit. I'll come back to the faithful and the true witness, but come back to verse 15, Revelation 3. But this our last assembly right here.
I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would you were cold or hot.
Now pause. I want you to see Matthew 23 and 1, and just a statement that he said to these scribes. Go ahead.
Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you, observe.
But don't do after they.
That observe and do, but do not after you their works.
Why?
But they say and do not.
See, that being lukewarm. You ain't all the way in. Drop to verse 10.
Neither be you called masters, for one is your master, Hamashiach. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. Whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Go ahead.
But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the mouth of Shamaim against men, for you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer you them that are entering to go in.
Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer, therefore you shall receive the greater damnation.
See, that's lukewarm. Y'all sit down and be quiet. Continue.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
Go ahead.
Woe unto you, blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor.
Go ahead.
You fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctify the gold? Whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swear by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. You fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies.
I just want you to, if you're listening closely, you're seeing how lukewarm these men are, because he's describing their behavior. they're not all in. They're not one way. They're not all the way obedient, and they're not all the way disobedient. They playing the game. Continue.
Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, swear by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple, swear by it, and by him that dwell therein. And he that swear by Shamahim, swear by the throne of Elohim, and by him that sit thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
What they is?
Hypocrites.
What up?
For you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin,
And omit
the weightier of the law.
What else?
Judgment, mercy, and faith.
These
Ought you to have done,
and to not left.
the other undone.
But keep going.
You blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
You got to be a bad man, swallow a camel. You know, my dog the other day was talking about his homeboy got caught with an elephant. I'm like, man, the news said it was an alligator. Nigga ain't had no elephant at his house. No, they really did, man. Y'all ain't hear about the nigga they caught with an alligator at his house? Y'all think I'm making this up, man. They said that nigga was fighting dogs and he had an alligator at his house.
I seen it. He had him tied up.
Yeah, he talking about an elephant. I said, nigga, it was an alligator. No, nigga, it was an elephant. Nigga ain't got no elephant in the hood, man.
Alligator, I can go for the alligator.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So you
saying?
got alligator out the water?
I don't know where you got it from. Let me find that story.
He got
Man.
alligator sitting in the backyard.
That nigga was he was trying to be Cat Williams. I'm the alligator, man. He do got an alligator. That was funny. Them kids was like saying that. He do got an alligator. They got some real kids for that one. And it is right here. 9-foot alligator, suspected dog fighting ring, found during drug bust in Northwest Jacksonville. June 9th.
Oh, yeah, that's keep the police away.
Drug raid last month at a Northwest Jacksonville home led to an investigation to a dogfighting operation and a charge of illegal possession of an alligator. I didn't even know you could be charged for not having this. Why I can't have an alligator? 9 counts of animal abuse. The dude was 49 years old. I ain't gonna mention the name. 3 counts of promoting dog fighting. 1 count of illegal possession of an alligator. 1 count of possession with intent to sell. 1 count of opium possession with intent to sell. 1 count of marijuana with intent to sell. 1 count of illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And 1 count of possession of paraphernalia for manufacture or delivery of illegal drugs. They say they executed the search warrant on May 20th. The house was over there on Roe Ave. No, Roe Ave and Lim Turner. Should be kept at the house. Say while the officers were searching the property, they also discovered a 9-foot alligator and items that led investigators to believe they stumbled upon a dog fighting operation. Say the gator was kept in a small fenced area. He had no access to water in the cage, and bones scattered on the ground suggested he was being fed other animals on the property. The Florida Wildlife Commission nuanced alligator wrangler safely removed the gator from the property. This is the picture of the alligator. That's what they took out of the house.
That boy feeding them boy dogs.
He had to be feeding them dogs. He probably would feed them the dogs that lost.
I know them dogs screaming for their life in the backyard. When dogs
is fighting these dogs with him. You see this nigga with an alligator. You want your money. He's stupid too. All of them though.
You know how it is when you're in the underworld.
I just wanted y'all to see that. I ain't making it up.
Nigga probably look at the game.
Say one of Prince William's friends swallowed a bee while playing polo, and he was a billionaire. Oh, Lord. Yeah, they got a mug shot of the gator, definitely.
I ain't got my glasses.
Gator arrested.
So they found multiple dogs on the property that were kept in skyboxes and chains. None of the dogs had access to water. Signs of neglect were shown, covered in feces, fleas, and infections. Some dogs had open wounds. Other wounds were in the process of healing. And other animals were found in similar conditions, raccoons and turtles. He being held on a $230,000 bond. Jimmy had everything right except for the alligator, because he kept screaming it was an elephant.
Elephant, he would have took the whole house.
Man, I told this nigga several times, that nigga ain't had no elephant, bro.
Niggas would have seen it.
Niggas definitely gonna see, yo, this nigga got an elephant at the house.
I ain't gonna lie, one of my partner boy got a horse, ran off one creek, run in his front yard.
Man, once that elephant would have made whatever you call it when it make its noise, man. I don't know how they describe that sound. I don't know what it's called.
Just the sound.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the process is for that sound to be created. That would have woke up the whole neighborhood. They wouldn't have had to serve no search warrant for him selling dope out the house. Somebody would have been called the police. This nigga got an elephant over here.
Can't tame it.
In the hood? This nigga in the hood, man. For those of y'all who don't know what the area we talking about, this nigga's in the hood. Talking about an elephant? It's wild enough he was in the hood with an alligator. I'd have never went to his house. Nigga, you got dirty dogs, alligators. I don't want no drugs from you, cuz. This nigga 50 years old, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Jimmy knew the nigga. Know the nigga, I should say. We were just talking about it yesterday. He kept talking about, man, the nigga had an elephant. I said, bro, that was an alligator, bro. No, the nigga, you keep saying. He said, I'm saying alligator was elephant. I'm like, what? Niggas in the hood tell niggas something, boy, and niggas go off tackle with it. Nigga had no goddamn elephant.
Sound elephants make is called trumpeting.
Trumpeting. That's what it sounds like. Come on, man. Yeah, I just wanted y'all to see that. I wasn't making it up. Dude really got caught with an alligator. No, I seen it. Well, you know, I got news for Jackson on my phone, so I got a notification when the story first published. So that's how I knew about it when my dog was telling me about it the other day. Go ahead.
Say, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup.
You made what?
Clean the outside of the cup,
but
and
the
of
inside.
platter. Within they are full of extortion and excess.
Go ahead.
You blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also.
Matter of fact, be hot or cold. Don't be lukewarm. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whitest sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but within are full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so, you also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
And man, that's ugly, ain't it, man? Go ahead.
Say, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Now, we went through him speaking to them about this because this is being lukewarm. Come back to verse 15. You can read 15 and 16 again. When you finish 16, give them the definition of lukewarm. Doris, you like your coffee lukewarm or you like it ice? You like ice lattes with oat milk? I only say that because the dog said that. He went and bought it. Said they make it just like he liked it, where he could taste cinnamon in every sip. That's how I would know, because you couldn't pay me to drink. I ain't drinking no coffee, not lukewarm, not hot, not ice, not nothing. Nigga drinking beans. You like drinking beans, boy?
I don't get no coffee.
Shalom, I know Boot like drinking beans. Why they always been farting all the time?
Say, I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth.
Tell them what lukewarm is, man.
Klearos, that's tepid, lukewarm.
You know what it is to be tepid? You been tepid a time in your life, Doris? Can you spell tepid? It definitely means lukewarm, but the key aspect I want you to see that it means that it lacks enthusiasm. So when you tepid, this is not what you want to do. You're going through the motions. Now take us back to Ezekiel 34. They'll come before you and sit there and hear my words, but they won't do them because their heart go after their covenants. Or it's going to take it, read First Chronicles 28 and 4 on Genesis. Dwayne, come out. Dwayne, come out. Come here, boy. Dwayne. First Chronicles 28 and 4.
Howbeit Yahuwah Elohim and Yasharal chose me before all the house of my father to be Malik over Yasharal forever. For he hath chosen Yehuda to be the ruler of the house of Yehuda, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father, he like me to make me Malik over all Yasharal. And all my sons, for Yahuwah have given me many sons, he have chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the Malkuth for Yahuwah over Yasharal.
What else?
He said unto me, Solomon, your son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I've chosen him to be my son, and I'll be his father. Moreover, I will establish his Malkuth forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments as at this day. Now therefore, in the sight of all Yasharal, congregation of Yahuwah, and in the audience of our Elohim, keep and seek for all the commandments of Yahuwah, your Elohim, that you may possess this good land and leave it for an inheritance for your children after you forever.
Go ahead.
And you, Solomon, my son, know you the Elohim of your father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind.
With a what?
With a perfect heart and with a willing mind.
With a perfect heart and a willing mind. If you serve him with a perfect heart and willing mind, is there any way you could be lukewarm or lack enthusiasm? See, let's take a look at them being a little tepid, lacking a little enthusiasm. Amos chapter 5, I believe. Make sure, man. Hold on. Make sure we're not trying to waste no time. Make it 4 and 4. Amos 4 and 4 for now. I'm still trying to recall what the one I wanted. But listen to what he say.
So come to Bethel and transgress at Gilgal, multiply transgression.
Bring your sacrifices
every morning
and your tithes
after 3 years,
and offer the sacrifice of thanksgiving with what?
With leaven.
With what?
With leaven.
And proclaim
and publish the free offerings. For this, like you, O children of the Yasharal, saith Yahuwah.
What that sound like to y'all? What you say is some black ivory coffee, some elephant poop coffee. That's wild. What that sound like to y'all? That man just said they kind of a little tepid, right? A little lukewarm. A little lukewarm. Read it again.
Come to Bethel and transgress at Gilgal, multiply transgression.
Now pause. What is Bethel? What is Bethel, Kalisha? Hurry up. What's my time? You better have an answer in 3.3 seconds. Somebody hit her upside the head. She's over there eating. She can't even focus. You hear you eating in my classroom? So you eating in my classroom? Go ahead, man. You the dean of discipline. Get the broom.
Only give me the broom.
Get the broom. We strike disorderly students with brooms in this place of education. Look at that, Doris. That ain't even you get the beat. She finna get a beat.
We use the bathroom, bro.
She eating in my classroom. What propose we do to her? Doris said you got to get whooped, and you still eating. So that means you got to get whooped, and you still eating in my classroom.
No, okay.
You see that everybody else, the children, they walk out the classroom. Do you eat in school? I bet you did. Probably putting gum up under the desk. You one of them niggas. Yeah. And got the answer wrong. No, I know you sorry. Be better.
I'm just saying, I don't even know
No, you what?
You didn't ask anything.
I was like, what you mean?
Ain't no X in that word. Sick of your junk. Sick of it. He said if you don't got enough to share with everybody, you need to stand in the corner. With 40 lashes, save one. And all the children get to wield the broom. I'm going to let Ruth swing first. So I know you be beating that baby. Ruth, your mama be mean to you? I know it. I know she do. No. The judgment has been laid. The decree is sealed. Nobody asked you what you like. You don't get no mercy because you were wrong. You eating in my classroom and you lying. You know what they tell you in baseball? 3 strikes. Ha ha! You out. Oh no, you had 3, nigga. You about to make it 4 because you back talking me. You sassing me. Nigga, your name ain't Anita Baker. You ain't even singing, so it don't even count. You don't even know the words. Give me the melody right now. Exactly. What is Bethel, Civic?
It's the house of all of him.
My name ain't Biggie. You see Faith Evans in here? You should have been ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I was getting ready.
No, you were chewing popcorn, unsalted, in my classroom. Whoa. What the hell you got going on? You need to go home. This how Karen raised you? Lord. I know you ain't talking. You should be shamed for eating in my classroom. That's what you get. Children don't get to eat in the classroom, but what you doing?
Nobody even knew until you came out of nowhere.
I knew. We saw you. You in the front of the class. Bro ahead and say, let that starving Jew be. That nigga ain't starving. Nigga ain't missing no meals. So if that's the house of God, he basically saying you can come to the house of God and rebel. Which is what you seen in Matthew 23, all jokes aside. That's what he was telling them. You coming to the altar, you saying it's a gift, you coming in here to rebel. Read it again, Civic. 4 and 4.
Come to Bethel and transgress.
Look,
At
he's
Gilgal, multiply transgression, and bring your sacrifices every morning, and your tithes at 3 years.
See, they look what they doing. We tithe the mint, Anderson coming, but they omit the weightier matters of the law. Go ahead.
And offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving with leaven.
Oh, didn't he tell you don't offer a little leaven? Do what, Civic?
The whole law.
Get it for him. 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. Hey, children in the back, I need you to be quiet. Children in the front, I need you to be quiet, Malik. Mordecai, sit up straight. Come on.
Your glorying is not good. Know you not that a little leaven the whole lump.
But back it up to 4, man. Get them the context with it. So you can make it 1. He about to say something wild.
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication that is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife.
That's wild. Whether that's your mama, your stepmama, or his concubine, that's wild.
And you are puffed up and have not rather mourned that he that have done this deed might be taken away from among you.
Listen, he say, boy, and you proud about it. Go ahead.
For I truly, as absent in body, but present in Ruach, have judged already, as though I were present, concerning him that have so done this deed. In the name of our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, when you are gathered together in my Ruach, with the power of our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, to deliver such a one unto Hashatan for the destruction of the flesh,
What?
that the Ruach may be saved in the day of the Lord, Yahushua.
Go back and over that.
Glorying is not good. Know you not that a little leaven the whole lump?
You should not be proud in making a steam and you around here sinning. Because a little leaven do what?
Leaven the whole lump.
Little leaven do what?
Leaven the whole lump.
Make yourself a what?
Purge out therefore the old leaven.
Get the sin out.
That you may be a new lump.
Unleavened.
As you are unleavened, for even a Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
And he said they were bringing offers. Read it again. Amos 4:4. After that, Amos 8:1.
Come to Bethel and transgress. At Gilgal, multiply transgression. And bring your sacrifices every morning and your tithes after 3 years. And offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving with leaven.
Offer a sacrifice of what?
Of thanksgiving with leaven.
Well, you know how disrespectful that got to be to give an offering of thanksgiving with leaven in it? When if you know your law, all your sacrifices ain't supposed to have no leaven in it? Tell them what Thanksgiving means, man. That's what the Indians?
That's Torah. That is by implication and a vow, an adoration, a choir of worshipers, a profession, praise, thanksgiving.
You gonna give an offering of praise and thanksgiving with leaven in it? You gonna bring that with sin? Go ahead.
And proclaim and publish for the free offerings for this, like you, O children of the Asherah.
And proclaim the what?
And publish the free offerings.
My God, today. Go ahead.
And I also have given you cleanness of teeth and all.
Oh, that's good. He said, this sound like you now. He just said you sound like you lukewarm. You sound like you tepid. Amos 8:1.
Thus have Yahuwah Elohim showed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. And he said, Amos, what see you? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then said Yahuwah unto me, the end is come upon my people, the Asherah. I will not again pass by them anymore. And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day, saith Yahuwah Elohim. Many dead bodies in every place, they shall cast them forth with silence. Hear this, O you that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail. Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? In the Shabbat, that we may set forth wheat.
You looking to sell some corn?
Making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
Oh, no, not falsifying the balances by deceit.
That we may buy the poor for silver and the needy for a pair of shoes. Yea, and sell the refuse of the wheat.
Hey, y'all sit down and stop playing. Sit down. That means you. And you. Sit down. Oh, that's not a request. Back to Revelation chapter 2. Three and 15 one more time.
Say, I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth.
I will spit you out of my mouth.
Because you say, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and know not that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Hold on, read that again.
Because you say, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and know not that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Now let's take this to Luke 12. 12 and 13. That's right, Joseph. Just a nasty, stagnant pool. You ever seen some old stagnant water? It's terrible. It begins to reek. You ever smelled water in a tire? Well, nigga, I gotta throw away tires, so we run across it quite a bit. It's where mosquitoes dwell. They like that stagnant water. That's where the bloodsuckers dwell at. Stagnant water. Spunky. And nigga like you drinking. Hey, Ruthie. Fat baby. Go ahead.
Saying, one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brothers that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesses.
Take heed and beware of what?
Covetousness.
Take heed and beware of what?
Covetousness.
Because a man's life
consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesses.
What did he say after that?
And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully, and he thought within himself.
Now we come in here because he said, you said, I am rich, increased with goods, and have need of nothing. He said, but you don't know that you're wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked, and Yahuwah finna show him. Go ahead.
And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I'll pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I'll say to my soul, soul, you have much goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But Elohim said unto him,
thou fool,
this night your soul shall be required of you.
And what good is this?
Then who shall those things be which you have provided? So is he that lay up treasure for himself and is not rich toward Elohim.
He that leave treasure for his what?
For himself.
And leave treasure for his what?
For himself.
And is not rich toward who?
Elohim.
Psalm 62 and 3.
And that.
How long will you imagine mischief against a man? You shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall you be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They baruch with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. My soul, wait you only upon Elohim, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. And Elohim is my salvation and my esteem. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in Elohim.
My refuge is where?
In Elohim.
What else?
Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him.
Why?
Elohim is a refuge for us.
What else?
Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression. Become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
If what increase?
Riches increase.
Don't do what?
Set not your heart upon
them. Now, why is that important? Because he said, you say I am rich. This is what he's telling the Laodiceans. Oh, y'all getting money, but you wretched, you miserable, you poor, you blind, and you naked. So if they're naked, Civic, what are they? They sins is exposed, which means they would just be like Adam in the garden. Because what did we read earlier about being naked? Did we read something about that? I might have been tripping. I'm thinking about something. Oh, we did, but it was in another place. So listen, what do we need to add with this? Because a lot of people think the Lord was advocating for being poor, and they miss what he was advocating for. Matthew chapter 19, verse 15. Melchizedek. Well, that ain't Melchizedek. That's DJ. Y'all both got curly hair. You ain't got as much hair as he got. You still a grown. Your mama cut your hair?
No.
Am I talking to you, boy?
No.
Sit down.
Well, y'all rude. Boy, I'm about to give both of y'all an RKO. Huh? What?
You
want to find out? RKO stands for Randall Keith Orton. No, it's a reverse diamond cutter, and it stands for Randall Keith Orton. That's his initials. RKO out of nowhere. And you used to RKO this nigga? That's hilarious. You can just walk up, boom, boom,
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, because that's how it got. That's how what you got to say when you do an RKO out of nowhere. You don't even see it come till you lay it out on the floor. That's gangster right there. That's what you do. If these floors wasn't hardwood, that nigga definitely could get drop kicked in here. Figure 4 leg locks, Boston crabs. Or you videotaped you, RKO?
No.
That's even doubly hilarious. It should have been hilarious since she should have recorded her doing Drew Hills. Huh? How many of y'all that made y'all kids do some Drew Hills? You gonna make your kid do some Drew Hills? Yeah, I bet they get right after that.
Damn, stop playing.
Nigga, that's grade 8 cardio workout.
Face four.
Shoot. That's dancing. Oh, you thought you could do shoot. You just did them dance moves for the hell of it. What's what that commercial say? Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke. You did them Drew Hill for nothing. You think, oh, if I do this here, I'll get my stuff back. Shoot. You did them and you still ain't get it. If you do an RKO, please post it. Nah, that nigga gonna get hurt, nigga, RKO in here. You gotta do that on, they gotta have a soft landing. Nigga might lose a tooth. Go ahead, man. Nah, because you know what's the name do that done too. Cody do it. He just call it a Cody cut. He climb to the top rope and jump off a rope and hit you with it. Go ahead.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why call you me good? There is none good but one, that is Elohim.
Now he's a rich ruler. He keeping the commandments, but he about to find out that he miserable, he wretched, he poor, he blind, and he naked. Go ahead.
But if you will enter into life, keep the commandments. He said unto him, which Yahushua said, You shall do no murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. Honor your father and your mother. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, If you will be perfect, go and sell that you have and give to the poor. And you shall have treasure in Shamayim, and come and follow me.
Come follow me, baby.
But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. And then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Truly I say unto you that a rich man shall hardly enter into the Malkuth of Shamayim. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go.
See, he just found out that he was poor, blind, and naked.
Than for a rich man to enter into the Malkuth of Elohim.
Why? Because he said he didn't want to be perfect before God. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 1.
Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of Elohim and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
Not blaspheme.
And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, not knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof come envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds,
Destitute
of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From
such what?
Withdraw yourself.
It's a lot of people think God mean God with them because they increasing with goods. Clearly, you just heard the Lord say, man, a man's life don't consist of the abundance of the things that he possesses. Why? Why do you believe he teaching that? Because when you got Paul telling you that covetousness is as idolatry, that means you begin to make the things that you possess become your God. And you'll reverence, worship, and protect them more than you will God's word. That's why he's telling you that. And some people don't realize that. You seen that when it came to the perfecting of the faith, the rich ruler put his material goods above God. That was more important to him. It is what it is, though, man. Go ahead.
You say, but godliness with contentment is great gain.
Uh-huh.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
That's right.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Hold on, pause. Sister Regina asked a question. Let me get that paragraph. Go to Luke. I'm going to read the question in a minute. I just got to make sure we're in the right spot. Luke 10. And 21. Now the question she asked is, what does it mean to love your neighbor as yourself? Is this referring to the people we come in contact with? Yes, sir, man. Hold it down, my G. So let's answer her question. We'll start in Luke 10 and 21, and then we'll proceed to Matthew chapter 5. This is a reference to Leviticus 19 and 17.
In that hour, Yahushua rejoiced in Ruach and said, I thank you, O Abba, Lord of Shamaim and the rats, that you have hid these things from the wise.
Why y'all talking? Hey, get up. Get up. I didn't ask. I said get up. Don't look over there. I said get up.
I had told her to sit there, but she messed up.
Fix your face. Oh, that didn't mean for you to sit down, ma'am.
Get up, Laura. Get up.
Because what you should have did is told somebody she was bothering you. So both of y'all can stand up for a moment. Nah, you'll learn a better way to handle that instead of fighting with her. Go ahead.
Saying that hour, Yahushua rejoiced in Ruach and said, I thank you, O Abba, Lord of Shamaim and the rats, that you have hid these things from the wise and prudent and have revealed them unto babes. Even so, Abba, for so it seemed good in your sight. All things are delivered to me of my Abba, and no man know who the Son is, but the Abba, and who the Abba is, but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him.
Go ahead.
And he turned him to his disciples and said, privately, Baruch are the eyes which see the things that you see. For I tell you that many prophets...
Hey, fix your face. Go ahead. Fix your face, boy.
That many prophets and malice have desired to see those things which you see and have not seen them, to hear those things which you hear and have not heard them.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he said unto him, What is written in the law? How read you? And he answering said, You shall love the Lord your Elohim with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself.
Okay, willing to justify itself.
And he said unto him, You have answered right. This do, and you shall live.
Listen.
But he, willing to justify himself, said unto Yahushua, And who is my neighbor?
Oh, so now he asked the question, who is my neighbor? Let's see what the Lord told him.
Yahushua answered, said,
Sit down.
A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and
Both of
departed,
y'all don't need to sit there. Sit up.
leaving him half dead.
Sit up. No, I didn't say get up. I said sit up. You're not finna sit here with your head down. If you're tired, you need to go to bed. Go ahead.
Yahushua answering said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan...
Hey, pay attention or get up.
Get your hand out of it.
I don't care nothing about you balling your face up, cuz. Go ahead.
But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, had compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wound, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence,
Somebody get that glitter light on.
and gave them to the host, and said unto him, Take care of him, and whatsoever you spend more, when I come again, I'll repay you. Which now of these 3 think you was neighbor unto him that fell among the
I'll read that
thieves?
again. See, anything or anyone you put above God, he will remove it out of love. Sometimes we'll feel like a loss of protection and redirection, and sometimes he let it stay there so you can go to hell with it.
And saying, On the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host, and said unto him, Take care of him, and whatsoever you spend more, when I come again, I'll repay
That's
you.
some real talk, what she just said, though.
Which now of these 3 think you was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves?
Mm.
And he said, He that showed mercy on him.
He that what?
He that showed mercy on
And the
him.
Lord told him, go and do what?
Go and do likewise.
Mm. So when you look at who is your neighbor, he's saying show mercy on individuals. The same way you want somebody to show mercy unto you. Because you know what Psalms 18 say? He show himself merciful to the who? And mercy rejoice against judgment. You know what I'm talking about? Now, Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. Because it's real easy to show love to your friends. Anybody can do that. Go ahead.
But I say unto you that whosoever look on a woman to lust after
That
her,
ain't what I need. Go to about 39.
but I say unto you that you resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also.
Mm-hmm.
If any man will sue you at the law and take away your coat, let him have your cloak also.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever shall compel you to go a mile, go with him twain.
Mm-hmm.
Go to him that asks you, and from him that will borrow of you, turn not you away.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard that it have been said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, rebuke them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you,
Mm-hmm.
that you may be the children of your Abba, which is in Shamaim. For he maketh sun to rise on the evil and on the good.
That's right.
And send rain on the just and on the unjust.
That's right.
For if you love them which love you,
What thank?
what reward have you? Do not even the publicans the same?
What else?
And if you salute your brethren only, what do you more than others? Do
What
not
else?
even the publicans do so?
What else?
Be you therefore perfect, even as your Abba which is in Shamaim is perfect.
Be you therefore what?
Perfect, even as your Abba which is in Shamaim is perfect.
So when you look at your neighbor, it's your friends and your enemies. It's people you know and people you don't know. But more importantly, it's those who look like you. Leviticus 19 and 17. Mike, did you put that on there? That boy's here. You put it in the refrigerator. I didn't see you like that. Leviticus 19 and 17.
You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall in any wise rebuke your neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
What up?
You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of your people.
But you should.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
You
I am
should.
Yahuwah. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Tell them what neighbor means. It should be real. Real.
Real. Friend, companion, fellow, another person, a fellow citizen.
A fellow citizen. Who would have been a fellow citizen at that time? But another Israelite, if you would. So loving your neighbor to love yourself, he's effectively telling you to love your people the same way you love yourself, or those who you come in contact with. Because he also said citizen, so that's going to account to who you live around. I hope that makes sense. Revelation chapter 3, verse 17 again.
Because you say, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and know not that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. I counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire,
That you might be rich.
and white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear, and anoint your eyes with eye salve, that you may see.
Paul, I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot about that one. Go to Mark chapter 3, verse 30. After that, Romans 13 and 8.
Because they said, he have an unclean ruach. There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, Behold, your mother and your brother without seek for you. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of Elohim, the same is my brother and my mother and my sister and mother.
Indeed, and also, and that's the key point too when he go into. Matter of fact, hold on. What that is? Luke 11 and 23. Make sure.
And then sit up and be quiet, man.
That ain't close enough. That ain't what I want. Hold on a bit. Luke 14 and 12. But see, it's not just your friends or your intimates. Listen to what he says. This is a part of loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Luke 14 and 4. What is that? 14? 12. Go ahead.
Say, then said he also to him that bade him, When you make a dinner or a supper, call not your friends, nor your brethren, neither your kinsmen, nor your rich neighbors, lest they also bid you again, and a recompense be made you. But when you make a feast, call the poor, the maimed, the lame, the blind, and you shall be bereaved, for they cannot recompense you. For you shall be recompensed at the resurrection of the just.
That's been loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Romans 13 and what, 6? Probably 8, though.
Yeah, that's it.
And say, owe no man anything but to love one another.
Oh, no man, what?
Anything but to love one another.
What else?
For he that love another hath fulfilled the law.
For this,
you shall not commit adultery. You shall not kill. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness.
You shall not
covet.
If there be
any other commandment.
It is briefly comprehended.
In this saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Because love
work no ill towards neighbor.
For love
is the fulfilling of the law.
That's right there, man. You love your neighbors. You love yourself when you do that. Boy, I see you, little white boy. Conrad. It's 2 Conrads. Your name Conrad. Your name Conrad Big Masters. You work with Walker. You know Walker. So you don't know Walker, Texas Ranger. You know Walker. You know, they say there's a fist in Chuck Norris's beard. If you walk up close enough to you, excuse me, the fist will come out, punch you in the face. You didn't know he had a fist for a chin? That's unfortunate. You don't know about Chuck Norris, do you?
I don't know about Chuck Norris.
You don't know Chuck Norris. What you know Chuck Norris for?
I forget that show that my mom used to watch all the time.
I just said it. That's how I know you don't know Chuck Norris. Walker, Texas Ranger. I had Chuck Norris action figures. I had a lot of people action figures though. Some I purchased, some I stole. I stole wrestling men. We just open up the packet, put them in the pocket, walk out. That's what we used to do to pick and save. You don't know nothing about pick and save. You know about pick and save? You don't know nothing about no pick and save.
You was picking and saving.
No, I was picking and leaving. I was picking and leaving.
That's how you save me some money.
I ain't had no money. I was selling. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. This definitely wasn't no capers as a young man or an adult fully capable of earning his own income. This was the fact of, man, you don't want to buy me this toy, don't worry about it. Man, I remember I grabbed about 3 wrestlers bed, they be a nice in the back seat of the car. She was like, where you get them from? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
You say, shh.
I ain't even say all that. I say Holster was coming with me. He said, yeah, we got to. Oh, you don't want to get me one? Okay. Pop the holster right out the package. Put him in my pocket. We out. You know what I'm saying? This before all the scanners like this here. Your beeper can't go off if I take him out the pack. I ain't never get caught. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. You got to walk off from Mom Dukes like you're going on a mission. You already know where you're going and what you finna pick and play with. You already know. This 87, 88. Ain't no loss prevention back then. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cameras in the store back then. You got it. You know what I'm talking about? Well, we used to go to Eggers and steal baseball cards. Nigga go in 5'6", leave out 5'9". Putting all them packs in your shoe. You don't know nothing about Eggers. They still got Eggers out here? Hell no, they don't close down. I know they still got Albertsons though. They just ain't got them down here no more. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know. They just ain't got them down here no more. Definitely still got Food Line. Because if you go on Lone Star, I think that's a school or a church over there that used to be pick and save. That's the one I used to be stinging them niggas. Boy. I forgot where Toys R Us was at. It was somewhere over here in Regency though.
Yeah, it was in Regency in the Orange Park.
Yeah, that way you used to go sting them. Sting them. I was a child, man. What you want me to do? Mom Dukes probably had it. Maybe she didn't have it. I don't know. But I know I got it.
I got it.
Because, you know, I'm like the Loonies, nigga. I got 5. And I got 4 that you can keep. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas used to get caught. You know why they used to get caught? See, because they want to go on capers with their homeboys. Y'all going 4-5 deep to steal. How you go to 4-5 deep to steal? You finna catch all you stupid niggas. And y'all walked in the door together. Y'all look like you ain't got no money.
And all y'all walk out with nothing.
And all y'all walk out with nothing at the same time. I'm going dolo. I feel like Tretch, man. I do my dirt all by my lonely, boy. I'm going dolo. I ain't gonna tell on myself. You know what I'm talking about?
And I ain't got to worry about nobody telling on me.
And I ain't got to worry about nobody telling on me. You know what I'm saying? They just take an action figure, so we'll go into Pick and Save and take all the belts off the wrestling men. You know what I'm saying? So we can have belts for them. Yeah, because if you already had that character, what's the point of taking the character? We just want the belt. You need tag team belts. You need intercontinental belts. No, that's the point. You know, you're a child, man. You know it's wrong, but you like, screw it. What's the worst that can happen? They gonna tell your mama? Because you're not thinking at that age that you will go to jail. You 7, 8 years old. Now, when you 11, 12, 13, 14, I think you know you probably gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? When you nigga 7, 8 years old, man, that's 3rd, 4th grade. It's not in your mind if we get caught, we go on to jail. You just worry about you get caught, you gonna tell your mama. See, you were scared of Karen, but you was still breaking out them burglar ball doors. Don't believe that. She used to sneak out the window, y'all. Your sister told me. She said you had that drill and you drilled them things off and drilling back on when you came back. Kids wasn't thinking about wrong. They thinking, I want it. Yeah, pretty much, and don't understand why. Well, I understand why I couldn't have it, because she wouldn't buy it. Well, I understood that well. You know what I'm talking about? I understood. Well, there's a will, there's a way. And I ain't finna pay. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it's 1987, man. It's 1988. Not even there. I probably want to say more about 88, 89, 90, somewhere in there. So I'm 8, 9 years old. Come on with it.
We go with the Romans 13.
What verse one?
I just read verse 8. Or no.
Read it again. Romans 13 and 8.
Say, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that love another hath fulfilled the law. For this you shall not commit adultery, you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, you shall not covet. If there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
If you do that, how you gonna sin? That's whether that's your enemy. That's whether that's a close companion. That's whether if they of your people. That's whether if they're not. You're not gonna sin. Now, in Revelation chapter 3, and we may not even have the time to do this in its entirety as this rightfully deserves. But in verse 18, because I don't even want to push verse 18 and not finish it. Revelation 3 and 18, listen to what he said. He counseled you to do what?
Buy of me gold tried in the fire.
So we have to isolate what it means to buy gold tried in the fire. What else he said?
That you may
So
be
this
rich.
gold that you would purchase tried in the fire is what's going to make you rich. What else he said?
And that you may be rich in white raiment, that you may be clothed.
Now, we kind of already talked about them giving him Adam and Eve raiment, so they might be clothed. We just talked about the other day about white raiment and what that looked like. So now he's telling you get pure garments from him that you might be clothed. But you know that will cover your sin. Go ahead.
And the shame of your nakedness do not appear.
So the shame of your sin don't appear.
And anoint your eyes with eye salve that you may see.
And now that your eyes are anointed, so that you might behold, as many as I
love,
I rebuke
and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
Behold, I stand at the
door and knock.
And if any man hear my
voice and open the door,
I will what?
Come into him
and will do what?
Sup with him,
and he
with me.
To him that get the victory,
will I grant to sit with me in my throne,
even as I also got the victory.
And I'm set down with my Abba in his throne.
Now, see, we're gonna deal with that. The reason why I said it because verse 18 is going to be a long stretch by itself. Because you're going to have to deal with buying the gold from him that's tried in the fire so you might be rich. Now, we already read, he said, I know you're poverty, but you are rich, so you should already have a baseline on what that means. We've already talked about it. He said them people in Revelation 3 and 5 that they will wear right raiment. So when he tell you that you could have white raiment, that you might be clothed, what type of garment was that Adam had on? Linen. And what Revelation 19 and Sam say? Read it for him. Stack.
And let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen.
Fine what?
Fine linen.
Clean.
And white.
The which is?
Fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
And what the Lord gave Adam in the beginning?
Linen.
Fine linen. Even though he didn't bring forth the righteousness of faith in that instance, he still gave him what? Fine linen. If he gave him the fine linen, what that tell you? And he forgave him. Go to get it for him, man. Genesis chapter 3. What it is? 3 and what? 11? 12? I can't remember. Maybe it's 20. 21.
Yeah, verse 21.
Genesis 3 and 21.
Unto Adam also and to his wife did Yahuwah Elohim make coats of skins and clothe them.
Tell them what coats and skins is.
Coats is kethaneth, a tunic, undergarment, usually like linen.
Linen.
And skin is oré, skin, hide.
He gave you nice linen, man. Clean and white. Which is the what?
Righteousness of saints.
He said, if you had this, your nakedness won't appear. But then he said to anoint your eyes with eye salve. Go back and tell them where eye salve is, man. Hey, stop playing. You need to use the bathroom and stand still and wait for the bathroom. Well, you didn't wash your hands, boy.
That's
and you stuck your hands in your pocket while they was moist? Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, your chest, man.
You could have came up with any type of response. Well played, sir. Go ahead.
That's kalurion, that is a preparation composed of various materials and used as a remedy for tender eyelids.
You got tender eyelids? Or you just like that song? Tender kisses? Going away? They don't do nothing for you? Damn. You know that song, Doris? That's a damn shame. So you don't know Tracy Spencer? I forgot you said your daddy there was playing gangster music. Now remember, I saw also this is what didn't tell you. It refers to ointment for the eyes to give you spiritual discernment and the ability to see the truth. So this is what we want to do. It said the medical school of Laodicea was known for producing such eye salves. Applying the eye salves involves repenting of lukewarmness and seeking spiritual discernment. So you talking about the anointing of the eyes. What is the anointing of the eyes going to take you to? John 9. I can at least end with the eye salve. Dwayne Jamal, I got a for you. You're rude and you're belligerent. What you do to that baby? So she just crying and grabbing her hand for the hell of it.
I think she put her hand in the door.
So you got that on your own then. 9 and 13 actually. So you phony.
So they brought to the Pharisees him that aforetime was blind, and it was a Shabbat day when Yahushua made the clay and opened his eyes. Then again, the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight.
No, I was right the first time. My bad. Verse 1. John 9 and 1. My apologies.
And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
From his what?
From his birth.
And his disciples asked him,
saying, Master, who did sin?
This man
or his parents, that he was born blind? Yahushua answered, neither have this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of Elohim should be made manifest in him.
So they just go to show you that something can happen to somebody. They have some type of ailment. Some niggas blind because your people were sinners and and it fell on you. And some people blind because you're blind. And some people blind because your people smoked crack while they were pregnant with you. And some people blind because your people drank while they were pregnant with you. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying the reality. I just picked crack because they used to talk about crack babies. Crack babies didn't really, depending on, it's really drinking. Marijuana and drugs can hamper their development. You know what I'm saying? But it won't necessarily cause the physical mutations that alcohol will cause. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol can definitely cause your baby to be born blind. Marijuana might cause your baby to be born dumb. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a tad bit underweight. Crack will make your baby be addicted to crack. You don't hear about crack babies too much because people don't smoke crack no more. They on that fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? And God knows what else. Nah, niggas ain't smoking crack. Yeah, they ain't smoking crack. You got 5 crackheads in the neighborhood now. That don't count. Bro. Yeah, that's not the drug no more. You don't even hear about niggas going to jail for selling crack no more. Cause nobody want it. You gonna make no money out of no crack in 2025. Them boys want that knowledge and that mileage. They don't even want to pop the mileage. They want to snort it. They want to roll them up and smoke it. I told you when I was trashing that house out, that young boy came around there looking for that junk boy. That boy couldn't have been no older than 15. A whole bunch of young niggas, man, they on that junk bad. That's unfortunate. I only say that because, we be working in the hood. I don't see crackheads no more. I don't think I've seen a crackhead in 10 years. I've seen some junkies, but I ain't seen no crackheads. Young junkies, too. Young junkies. That's crazy. That's the world we live in, where it's cool to be a junkie. Man, I heard Sauce Walker say he spent $5 million in his lifetime on syrup. That's wild. I seen they say that junk so rare to get. These boys spending $4,000-$5,000 for a bottle of it. I see why an NBA young boy was doing what he was doing. Boy couldn't get no drink. That boy pretended to be old white women. Yeah, I didn't know that they took all that codeine stuff off the shelf. So that boy was going through it. Cause I'm like, why is this nigga faking like he an old white woman? That boy was trying to get that lean. Yeah, once you do that, you're a junkie. And niggas think that junk cool. That junk ain't cool to be no drug addict, boy. Come on, man. That junk ain't cool. Better talk to them young niggas, man. But, man, put that damn dope down. Niggas out here smoking new age crack. Niggas snorting new age cocaine. These young niggas just skip weed, go straight to real drugs. When I heard this man rap a song talking about he putting Percocets in girls' booties, I said, Lord have mercy. That's a painkiller. What? Because I told you, man, Boosie used to call that colon rolling. They would put Molly, ecstasy in a chick's anus. I'm like, y'all niggas freaky too. You too freaky for me. I don't want no woman who into that. Or you had women who used to put cocaine on a man's phallus and snort it off, then put it upon their genitals to numb it. They call it dope penis. You done heard niggas rap about it. I know people who did it. I'm like, you addict. That's too much. Once you start integrating activities involving drugs, you're an addict. And you need Jesus. Your sister chew tobacco.
Yeah.
Look how she looking about it. She chewing. That ain't going for no vaping. She been hanging with white boys. Niggas don't chew tobacco. That's what I'm saying. Niggas don't chew tobacco. Man, we was in high school, them white boys used to try to get niggas to chew tobacco because they were playing baseball. You know, them baseball boys, they like to chew tobacco. They be like this here, don't swallow it, don't swallow it. That's why you see like this here, when you see people do this here, that's somebody who used to packing that doggone chewing tobacco.
Put her glasses down, boy.
You talking about she too young for that. She like women.
Damn. Put them down.
You draw the line? But she talking about she too young for that. So ain't no too young. There's no age where you should be scissoring. A country nigga, a stud who's country.
She been around white people.
She in the Navy.
She stud that you try to act like a gangster like that.
The moon is down.
She don't act like that, and she like if somebody was call her God, she said she's a girl. And she don't.
You know why she say she a girl? Because you don't know what go on them boats when they be out there on them boats. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And I ain't being funny. There's a reason why they call Navy shipmen gay. If you ask anybody in other branches of the military, there's a reason why they all clown dudes in the Navy and make jokes about them being homosexuals. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that because I know people who are in the service and they clown Navy dudes. It's not saying every Navy, because they saying you on a boat in the middle of nowhere for 8-9 months. I haven't heard merchant seamen get clowned like that, but because there's nobody else to clown them. I'm saying like Army, Marines, they kind of mess with them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them mess with the Air Force dudes too, but that's mainly the Army and Marines mess with Navy dudes, man. Try to call them gay. I don't know. They might be doing some freaky stuff on that boat. That's what I'm telling you. Nigga be on the middle of nowhere for a year. Everybody start looking good. Yeah, like, what's going on? What you trying to do? You thought you was gay when you got here. You're bisexual when you leave. They questioning themselves. I never knew the petty officer could look this good. That's how it happened. She said you heard it because they were soft. Yeah, they be disrespecting Navy dudes, man. Mika said in the Army they love that dip. Man, we knew them. We used to kick it with the white boys who played baseball. They like the dip. That's definitely hanging with white boys. You can't be no. You imagine a woman spitting tobacco? That's disgusting. Nigga, like, yeah, you gotta be a lesbian because I'm appalled. You walk up, what's going on? Nigga, what? Walk around with a dip cup with a big fat tin full of tobacco. Oh no, yeah, if you dip wrong, see, it's not that they swallow the spit, it's that they swallow the tobacco. The tobacco would make them throw up if you swallow the tobacco. Yeah, you can't swallow the tobacco. It's like a cigar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't supposed to inhale cigar smoke. Man, you know if you inhale cigar smoke, you're going to have lung cancer within 60 days. Nigga, you going to die. But if you notice a lot of people who smoke cigars, they have mouth cancer. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have throat cancer too. You know, it's real easy to get cancer in America. All you got to do is just go outside. That's why you got to detox your body, man. You got to get them toxins out them cells, man. You know, your body will naturally push them out, but sometimes you got to help them out. There's a lot of cancer around here, man. A lot of cancer around here. Real easy to get. And I ain't talking about from no chemtrails either. You know, that was the thing. You knew about that? You ain't know about no chemtrails. You knew about that, Doris? So you mean to tell me you ain't never seen Prince talk about them chemtrails? You don't fool with Prince. You knew Prince was a Jehovah's Witness? That nigga lying. Ain't no devout Jehovah's Witness wearing no butt-out pants. Yeah, fasting help get them toxins out. Not mainly because, boy, that junk can spread too, man. You know, more people don't get checked, depending on what it is, and that junk can spread. And pretty much like they say, I told you last night with a non-Lewis, once that junk get in your lymphatic system, you're done. That's over with. That junk gonna spread to your entire body. That's a wrap. Like if they catch it stage 1, you got a chance, high chance. Stage 2, maybe. Stage 3, you might well go ahead and get your affairs in order. Yeah, you might well go and get your affairs in order. You might well get right with the Lord, because you finna leave here. No, I mean, stage 4 is the worst, but if you get caught in stage 3, man, 9 times out of 10, you might go in remission, but it might come back. It might be more aggressive than it was the first time. Well, I know it's a few. It's always a few. You know, it ain't 100%, but shoot, mentally, you got to prepare to die. Be 100%. Go ahead, man. I wonder if they had cancer in the ancient antiquity.
Verse 4, John 9.
John 9:4.
Say, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night come when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay. And said unto him, Go wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore and washed, and came seeing. The neighbors therefore, and they which before had seen him, that he was blind, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. Therefore said they unto him.
I seen that. She said, so he had, I didn't know you could get cancer in your plasma cells. That's tough. See, my auntie had leukemia, which is bone marrow cancer. Effective, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even know you could do bone marrow transplants till she got it. But to have cancer in your plasma cells, come on, man, what these people doing to us out here? Go ahead, man.
Therefore said they unto him.
What's wrong with you, boy? You got your leg cocked open like your granddad? You need something to drink? What you want? You want a Budweiser? You want a Steve Weiser? You want some juice? Some coffee? They won't let you drink none? Why not? I thought you were 33. I thought you were grown. My bad. Go ahead.
So therefore said they unto him, How were your eyes open? He answered and said, A man that is called Yahushua made clay and anointed my eyes, and said unto me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. Then said they unto him, Where is he? He said, I know not. They brought to the Pharisees him that aforetime was blind, and it was Shabbat day when Yahushua made the clay and opened his eyes. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and do see. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of Elohim, because he keep not the Shabbat day. Others said, How can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them.
That man said he wasn't a god, but notice he anointed his eyes with clay so that he could see. We're going to drop on down because we don't got to go through them going through all that fussing, fighting, and debating they about to do. You say sour, apricot seed, kernels, baking soda, Rick Simpson oil. I didn't even know what that is. Yeah, that's what Ananda Lewis was trying to do. And like I said, they had done See, it's not if you got stage 4 cancer, it's where you got it at, and if it spreads. Because if it spreads, if it metastasizes and spread throughout your body, it's over. Because then it starts getting transported, and the mutated cells just going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Killing off whatever organs it gets attached to. But go to verse 35.
Yahusha heard that they had
Matter of fact,
cast
hold
him.
on, make it 30 where he talks.
The man answered and said unto them, Why herein is a marvelous thing that you know not from whence he is, and yet he have opened my eyes. Now we know that Elohim hear not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of Elohim and do his will, him he hear. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? If this man were not of Elohim, he could do nothing. They answered and said unto him, You was altogether born in sins. And do you teach us? And they cast him out.
Hold on. It said, we're on here and say, give your spouses deep tissue massages and drink tea. Craig say all these cancers definitely ain't normal. They say drinking all these energy drinks and amino acids lead to blood cancer. That's wild, bro. Niggas have plasma cancer, pancreas cancer, lung cancer. You can see people who got lung cancer never even smoke. So, you know, you got prostate cancer, colon cancer, bladder cancer, intestinal cancer, cervical cancer, cancer on your ovaries, testicular cancer, brain cancer, blood cancer, which is different than leukemia. But that's blood, that's bone marrow. Yeah, you got stomach cancer, breast cancer. I'm trying to think of it. I don't think. Yeah, got cancer in your throat. Lord have mercy. Niggas ever had nose cancer? Because at this point, shoot, might as well probably got ear cancer too. I definitely know a cancer you can get in your eyes, but I think it's rare. The only thing I think I ain't never heard nobody get is heart cancer. You just have a heart attack. I ain't never heard of heart cancer. I think I did. He said eye cancer is whenever the cells stop moving. Yeah, these people killing us over here. Because I guarantee you it probably ain't it probably across the world, they probably do not get cancer over there like they do over here. Yeah, you do get mouth cancer. You know what I'm saying? Probably niggas who be eating booty. Mika said heart cancer is rare. Did y'all watch that video I put of Pastor Manning from back in the days, man? That junk was funny, man. Man, say God gonna get all the homosexuals. They say you're gonna have a flaming butthole. That junk was funny because he was serious about it. That man called Obama gay for the whole 8 years he was president and never let up. This is a real pastor, too. Hey, man, put that boy down. What is y'all doing? Y'all gonna hurt the boy with that nonsense. Ain't nobody asked you to do all that. Go ahead, man. John 9 and 30 what? 5?
35. Yahusha heard that they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said unto him, Do you believe on the Son of Elohim? He answered and said, Who is the Lord that I might believe on him? Yahusha said unto him, You have both seen him, and it is he that's talked with you. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him.
And Yahusha said,
For judgment I am come into this world,
that they
which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind.
And some of the Pharisees,
which were with him, heard these words, and said unto him, Are we blind also?
Yahusha said unto them, If you were blind,
you should have no sin.
But now you say,
we see,
therefore,
your sin remains.
So when we look at that eye solve that he talking about, it's the ability to open your eyes so you can see. And of course, he told you for judgment that they which see might not see, and they that which see might be made blind. Now, of course, you know that's dealing with the fact of not sinning. But we want to deal with what he's talking about as it pertains to open my eyes that I might behold wondrous things out of your law. Say one of my cousins was diagnosed with some rare form of cancer and died within a month out of nowhere. Sheesh. Yeah, that's I just don't think that's normal. Well, ain't no thing. I definitely know that that's not normal. People be young, be churning, be catching it. They can be young as all outdoors, man. Lord willing, we're gonna come back Wednesday and go through verse 18, and then of course the victory part, which is pretty easy, sitting at the right hand of the throne, and then we'll be completed with this particular endeavor. So hallelujah for Yahushua in the word. I appreciate y'all time this afternoon. Bless y'all the house of Elohim in the name of Yahushua. Yahuwah willing, we'll be back at it next week, or this week, next week, whatever week it is, and we'll do it again. Peace, Brother Omar. We'll figure out what we'll roll on to next. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Amen, man. Shalom, bro. Love you too, bro. Hold it down. Praise you indeed. You will prove me. And yeah, y'all with it, man. We'll be back at it.